Shalom, Yasharala. We give infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shah, pushing the true cross the four winds. Shalom, Yah. Um, this topic is going to be about the coming days, the last days here in America, all right? The kingdom of heaven is going to be ushered in with violence, great death, mourning, cannibalism, uh, outright hysteria, people seeing apparitions, uh, little babies, infants, put on barbecue pits like they're beef, okay? And when this overcoming scourge come, man, you want to be delivered from that. You don't want that to fall on your household, and you don't want it to fall on you. And if the Most High let it fall on your household, you want to have the strength to go through it and have wisdom and knowledge to stabilize you, because you know you'll get your household back 1,000-fold. Okay? But we're out here to prophesy, man, to our people. All hell's gonna break loose in these final days of America. Us people here in Babylon, we're gonna go through Jacob's trouble. In fact, all of the elect is gonna go through Jacob's trouble, no matter where you are on the planet Earth. Okay? And these things written will surely come to pass. Though they tarry, they will surely come to pass. And they will not tarry, because time is caught up to the prophecies. And these prophecies are being fulfilled day in and day out. And I'm about to go through the precepts to edify, man. This is what we're about to walk into, all right? Before we walk into that wide, before we walk into those goodly things, we got to walk through this great red dragon coming down with great wrath, okay? But we got to go through these evil times, all right? Because they're here, all right? So I'm going to start off in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, all right? We need to be keeping the word of Yahweh Shema Shah's patience. And that means walking in the spirit, studying these scriptures, meditating on these scriptures, okay? Doing what these scriptures command us to do. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. And the hour of temptation is all hell breaking loose. People dying in the millions and the millions and the millions. All right? The book of Nahum say, bodies and corpse upon bodies and corpse. Okay? There's no end to the blood, to the corpse, to the melee. Okay? Which shall come upon all the world. All right? No matter where you are. All right? You can't run from Yahweh Shema Shah's judgment. You got people that's in the so-called no carnally, according to the world, they're fleeing America because they know our hell's about to break loose. All right, you're not gonna be able to flee the world, because the whole world is covered in gross darkness, and the whole world has to be judged. The whole world is under that Babylonian vibration, so the whole world is basically Babylon. Okay, to try them to dwell upon the earth. That word try goes into judge. It's parezio in Greek. Right? Our Heavenly Father is about to judge this earth, whether your deeds be good or bad. He's going to judge it. He's going to usher in the kingdom of heaven through war, pestilence, famine, and evil. Great death. All right? That's why it don't matter where you heal for battle. These prophecies are going to come to pass. And it does matter. You got to, for those that hear and take heed, hey, all of these calamities won't befall you. Yahweh Shema shall have mercy on you. That's why we do what we do, without fear and trembling. Okay? We'll go to the book of Psalms 57, verse, I'm going to start from the top, Salaki. Psalms 57 and 1, to the chief musician, Artaxerxes, Mitcham of David, when he fled from Saul in the cave. Okay? Now, when you read these accounts where King David wrote these psalms, and it was certain things that happened to him with isolated incidents. These things are still likened to what we're going. Things written before time was written for our learning. All right, we're supposed to learn from these situations, and these things that came upon David is going to come upon us. Though it came upon him during that time when he was pressed in on every side, that same thing is going to happen to us. That's why the scriptures say, "Be merciful to me, Yahweh." And we're supposed to learn to do what King David did, a man after Yahweh Shemawashai's own heart. King David was public enemy number one. Here in these modern days, us servants of Yahweh Shemawashai are going to be public enemy number one. David was a fugitive in the earth. All right. He was going to and fro as a pilgrim. All right. O Yahweh, be merciful unto me, for my soul trusteth in thee. Yeah, in the shadow of their wings, I will make my refuge until these calamities be overpassed. And this calamities is great death, man. All right. When you walk outside and the lights out, the grid is down, there's no running water, and a sore famine has hit America. America's turned from one of the greatest countries on the earth to a third world, fourth world country overnight. And you see people in a zombified state slaying one another. You might see a fire, be like, "Ooh, that smells good. Somebody that finally got some meat. Somebody must have killed a deer or something." Then you go and you see human bodies being barbecued. People out there having a barbecue with human bodies. All right. These are those calamities that we're talking about. When when you have a pestilence in the air and people smell these gases and so on and so forth, and they become to a like this jab may be a precursor to it. People are running around here like the Walking Dead in a zombified state. These are those calamities. You want to be comforted during these calamities. You want to have meat and water during the famine and drought. You want to be protected from the sword and the pestilence. Okay, so you need to be calling out to Yahweh Shema Shah right now, so that you could get protection in the shadow of His wings, and he'd be a refuge to you, and His refuge is His word. All right, until these calamities be overpassed, I will cry unto Yahweh the Most High, until our power that performeth all things for me. All right, King David had the whole Israelite army trying to kill him. He was a fugitive, wanted dead or alive. Okay, and he was calling out to Yahweh Shema Shai. He shall send from heaven and save me from the reproach of him that will swallow me up. All right, nation Edom want to swallow us up, man. This great red dragon, these are the UN. All right, NATO, hired mercenaries, Green Berets, Navy SEALs, no matter where you are, they're going to be trying to swallow us up for money purses. All right? We're going to have money on our heads, man. The servants of Yahweh Shema Shah. And to the 2/3, all right, all of these calamities is going to devour them. Okay? They're going to eat their children. They're going to succumb to the pestilence. They're going to succumb to the sword. They're going to devour one another. Okay? Yahweh shall send forth His mercy and His truth. All right, and this is the truth, this doctrine of life, man. But we out here prophesying, teaching to the nation. This is our defense. Wisdom is our defense, man. All right, this is our stabilizer. Okay, my soul is among lions, right? And people are going to be in a predatory, devouring spirit like a lion, man. You walk to a lion domain in Serengeti, all he knows is to kill you. And people be saying a lion don't fuck with you when he on a full stomach. That's a lie. Lions are territorial creatures. You get too close, he's gonna kill you. All right, and that's what it's gonna be like in Jacob's Trouble. People are gonna be hiding because people are gonna be in a beast-like, survival-like mentality. Okay, they're gonna be like blue beasts on the planet. When they see you, people are just gonna kill you because they're gonna think you're trying to kill them. All right. Scriptures say the love of many will wax cold. Nobody's going to trust nobody. Everybody's a threat that you see. This is the times we're coming to. Okay? Allah even among them that are set on fire. All right? Most High put a spirit on, and he's going to put a spirit on the inhabitants of the planet just to slay each other with the sword. Just sword slaughter one another. Just murk one another. Okay? They're going to be set on fire to do it. Okay? Even the sons of men whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongue a sharp sword. That's that evil that's coming. People just going to be killing each other for nothing. For the lack of bread. You're going to have people just killing for sport. People killing for the lack of bread. Race wars, riots. Deviants out here just taking advantage of the times. Do what they, with the foul spears on them. They take control of their vessel, command them to do. All right? We about to go through mayhem. Be thou exalted, O Yahweh, above the heavens. Let the glory be above all the earth. They have prepared a net for my steps. All right? And that net is the system, man, that we're living in. Okay? It's against the Israelite man, woman, and child. Okay? The way this system is set up for us. You're either going to be a coon, Sambo coon, Hellenized, Romanized, Americanized, Westernized, all right, profane and polluted like the heathen round about you, or you're going to be in your right mind, disconnected from the matrix, but yet being persecuted, being enemy of the state, wanted dead or alive. That's it, okay? And those that are connected to the matrix is going to destroy them because, hey, the simple fact they're Israelites, okay? Although they turn against us, they still Israelites. They want to do away with our nation. All right? They want our seed cut from the planet. Okay? They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit for me. This is the pit we're in, America. This is the pit, man. This is hell. The thing about Dante's Inferno or fiery furnace in the middle of earth is bullshit. Being up under your enemies and your enemies having rule over you, have his laws and statutes over you, and you have to abide by them, okay? And his laws and statutes are enmity with the laws and statutes of your nation, all right? You've been subdued by occupying force, that's hell. All right? You have to pay tribute to him. You're subject to payments. He tells you how you can live and what you can do and what you can't do. That's hell. Okay? Into the midst whereof they are fallen themselves. And ultimately, when Jacob's trouble is over, we're going to see the fall of our enemies. All right? Jacob's going to be saved through it. The elect going to be saved through it. But our great king is going to crack the clouds. All right? At the end of this movie, he's going to come in to save his elect. All right? This is the book of beloved brother Daniel, chapter 12, verse 10. No, I'm going to start at verse 1. Salaki. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of our people. See, it's going to be so bad that our great king is going to send the archangel Michael to come fight for us. That's how bad it's going to be. It's going to be so bad, man. We're going to have to need a out of this earth entity, an angelic force, a celestial being to come and deliver us and save us. That's how bad it's going to be. So these devils going to be sore slaughtering our people. So when it comes to the elect, our Heavenly Father is going to bring one of his powerful beings, dignities, to come protect us. That's how bad it's going to be. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since the nation even to that time. So since creation been in orbit, this is going to be worse than the earth, the flood, the flood. All right, we're about to go through a time where a third of man is going to die. That means billions and billions and billions of people going to die. Well, a couple billion. So like, all right, third of man, projected 7 billion people on Earth. Third, 2 point some billion people. That's great death. Billions of people going to die, man. Okay. And at that time, now people shall be delivered. Everyone shall be found written in the book. See, that's the thing. But to get through that wide, you got to go through hell. You got to go through these pits, these nets, these traps. But the enemy is on every side. Okay, you got to go through this persecution, this tribulation, which is gonna be something to rock your faith, man. If you ain't built up on a solid foundation, man. Okay, you got to get through war, famine, pestilence, all type of wickedness going on. All right. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 3, and it reads, "Now the end has come upon thee." We're at the end. We're at the end of time. When we say we're at the end of the time, we're at the end of an age, an end of an eon. We're at the end of so-called white man tyranny on the planet Earth, the nation of Edom. All right, we're about to see their great fall. All right, they're lifted up on high. All right, they speak lawfully concerning oppression, and they don't think they could be taken down. What the scriptures say? Who can make war with the beast? That's the spirit of hand. Who can fuck with us? Okay, that's what they think. But they're at the end of their rulership. They're about to be taken down out of the power seat. Now the end is come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee. Right? Our great King is going to send. Our Heavenly Father is going to send great death on the planet Earth. But our people that's yoked to the matrix, that's yoked to this system, that's going to befall them too. This great evil we talking about is going to descend on them. All right? And will judge thee according to thy ways and recompense upon all thine abominations. And abominations, you got to know what abomination is. Celebrating Christmas, Easter, eating foods that we're not supposed to eat, like pork, shrimp, crawfish. All of these are abominations to the Lord. Dealing with other men's women. Everything that this society bigs up and condones is abominations to the Lord. And that's why Heavenly Father say, evil is about to come upon the people, man. 2/3 of our people. And my eyes shall not spare thee. His eyes not going to spare. If you don't have the mark of exemption on you, okay, you don't have this knowledge in your mind, and you're not living according to it, you will not be spared. All right. Neither will you have pity, and the Most High is not going to shed a tear. The men of the Lord is not going to shed a tear, because all of the men of the Lord is in their right spirit. We want this to happen. We were saying, "Come on, bring it." We tired of this shit. We signed and crying that this day hurry up and come. Okay? But I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abomination shall be in the midst of thee. You're going to reap what you sow. Every time a brother came and told you the right way and tried to show you the right way and you rejected it, all right? You're going to reap what you sown, all right? The check that you written, you're going to have to cash it, all right? And you should know that I am Yahweh. When you see, this thing is going to be a domino effect. You're going to have one thing happen and another thing happen behind it. Another thing happen behind it. Another thing happen behind it. It's just going to be so simultaneously with calamity after calamity, atrocity after atrocity. 10,000 killed over here, 1,000 killed over here, 5 million killed over here, 20 million killed over here, 30,000 children. You done went to a fucking stadium and they having a children barbecue grill, barbecue, but they feeding the multitudes with humans, okay? That's me making uh mirth out of it. Hey, but you're gonna have things like that happen, man. You're gonna think somebody that found food and cooking is gonna be number children on the grill. Their children at that, because it say that you will eat the flesh of your son and your daughters. Okay? Thus saith Yahweh our power, and evil and only evil, behold is come. Because the Most High is mad with the angry with the heathen every day and with the wicked every day. And he's only have his eye set on evil because of the people that live according to the so-called white man's philosophy. All right? He's not looking for good for to happen. He's looking for evil. That's why he's orchestrated these times to happen so you can be judged for your wicked doing. All right? So if you have ears to hear and eyes to see, it's imperative that you come and pray for forgiveness, beg for forgiveness. Beg Yahweh Shema Shah to have mercy on you. Okay? And the end is coming, the end coming. And watching for thee. Behold it coming. You can't escape it. The way it's watching for you, the eyes of the Lord 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You can't escape an angel. All right? You can't run from an angel. You can't hide from an angel. Okay? His eyes are the angels throughout the planet. Okay? The morning is coming to thee, O thou dwellers in the land. That time has come. That day of trouble is near. And not the sounding again of the mountains. And the mountains represent the nations. Now I will surely pour out the fury upon thee. Great death. Whole families getting wiped out. Whole cities getting wiped out. All right? Whole towns getting wiped out. All the animals and livestock getting wiped out. The beasts of the field getting wiped out so you can't go hunting and find food to cook and shit. Okay? And accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thy abomination. And my eye will not spare, neither would I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Behold the day, behold it is come. The morning is gone, forth the rod have blossomed, and the pride have budded. And the Most High resist the pride. These people are prideful around here. They're prideful against the Most High. When we come out here and teach and try to show our people the right way, they come to us with that arrogance, conceited, prideful spirit. Like they know the truth. All right? Like Jesus Christos could save them. Okay? Their pride and their loftiness is going to be ball low. Okay? Violence is risen up unto the ride of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of their heirs. See, the Most High is going to wipe out families, whole seeds. Okay? He says he's going to wipe out multitudes. All right? He's going to kill everybody, whole families, whole clans, whole communities, whole cities. Neither shall they be welling for them. And nobody's going to, the love of everybody's going to wax so cold, nobody even going to be lamenting and bearing bodies. You know, when your loved one die, people cry, mourn. That's not even going to happen. That's how bad it's going to be. That's how much death is going to be. Everybody you know going to die. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. All right? Business and commerce. You go and you sell a car, $3,500, and the dude tell you come pick up the money. It's gonna be so fucked up out here. You're not gonna want to leave out your door wherever you hiding and go get your money. It's gonna be like, fuck that money. That's how bad it's gonna be. For the vision is touching the whole multitude there. The Most High is gonna kill billions of people, literally, which shall not return, neither shall enter the strength in himself and the wicked iniquity of his life. All right? And the iniquity of the heathen is for how they dealt treacherously with the Most High's elect, and iniquity of our people is for transgression of law. and all of them going to be judged. All right. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Everybody that's Confederate, everybody that's outside of the temple and profane, the dogs. Okay. If you're not in this truth, this judgment we're reading about, this evil is going to befall you. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves, the valleys of the morning, everyone for his iniquity. And all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be as weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon their faces, and ball upon their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath. See, money, everybody living for money, living for that bag. They gonna come, that ain't gonna mean shit. Because when the society collapses and all hell break loose, gold is really worthless. All right, if gold, silver, and precious stones and pearls and money is for a civilization that's up and running, all right, where you can go do business and commerce. The only thing that's going to be going on in those days is bordering. All right, you might trade somebody. Your wife might be with you, and she bleeding on her administration, and you might trade somebody 5 bottles of water for a pack of maxi pads. Okay, oh, that's what we're going through. All right, that's going to be the only time of business and commerce that you're going to be able to do in that day, because gold during the time of all hell breaking loose ain't going to be able to help you. All right, see, the Most High is going to destroy the money system. He's going to destroy every working system here in America. So you can have tons of gold during Jacob's trouble. It's not going to be no avail to you, to the heathen, to the 2/3, or to anyone. Okay? When society collapses, people are looking at the things that people take for granted now. You're looking for water, soap, maxi pads, clothing, food. All right? That's going to be worth gold in the days we're coming to. Federal Reserve notes and gold and silver, that's not going to do nothing when the grid falls. All right? You're going to be looking for sanctuary and resources. All right? That's what you're going to be looking for. So when the scripture says they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed, their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them the day of the wrath of Yahweh. You see, righteous deliver from death, according to Proverbs 11 chapter. All right, everybody put their trust in that money. In that day, that money is going to be a curse to them. Okay? They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels. All right, because in that day when all hell break loose, gold can't do you nothing. All right, if you're thirsty and you give somebody, all right, if somebody's thirsty and they give you gold and you got a bunch of bottles of water and you give them a bottle of water, what good is that gold going to do for you when the infrastructure is fall? Where are you going to go turn that gold in to get some money? All right, to get some resources. There's no way you can go turn that gold in to turn it into what you need. You see what I'm saying? Shalom, brother. Shalom, all right? Okay? These are the times we're living in. You have to disassociate and disconnect yourself from this matrix, man. All right? Don't be like the inhabitants of the land, man. Seek Yahweh Shema Shai and get yoked to this truth and beg him to have mercy on you in these days, okay? They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. Everybody is chasing the bag and talking about money this, money that, all right? Those are the people that are going to be in the worst case, okay? But they're far from the spirit. The spirit hasn't descended on them. They don't know that righteousness delivers from death. All right? This is the book of Ezekiel, the 21st chapter. Let's start at verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh, say a sword sharpened and also furbished. That's that evil, right? The Most High, He created evil, good and evil, all right? Holy and unholy, all right? He bringeth up and bringeth down. The sword is furbished by Yahweh Shema Shai to judge in the kingdom of men, and that He's going to send that evil upon the kingdom of men, all right? It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. See, the Most High sharpened the sword, this sword to slay billions of human beings. Billions. A third of man equals billions. Okay? It is furbished that it may glitter. All right, and we know a glittering sword is a nuclear missile, but I'm prophesying about before the nuclear missiles even hit. Okay? Should we then make mirth? See, the fools is in the house of mirth, party, bullshit, going to the club. You shouldn't be in that spirit. You should be in the house of mourning, praying for forgiveness, praying Yahweh Shema Shai to forgive and have mercy on you. So you be in the house of mirth when the Most High is sharpening a sword to slay all of humanity. You going off your rockers. I got a precept for that. That's not it. Bear with me. I'm gonna find it. You got to know the times you're living in. Okay? Got it. Matthew 16 and 2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the signs of the times. All right? The inhabitants of the earth can't discern the signs of the times. Only the men of the Lord had the spiritual Doppler radar in them. We know it's a time of war, death, and pestilence and famine. All right? The inhabitants of the earth and those that are lost in modern day Christianity think their blessing is coming. Your blessing coming. All right? They think things are going to get back to normal. Okay? In the time of war, pestilence, and death, they're in the house of mirth. You call that a fool. That's what you call a fool. You go out in 0-degree weather wearing flip-flops, a t-shirt, flip-flops, a white beater, and swim shorts. It's safe to say that guy is a fool and he's going off his rockers. All right, that's the vast majority of this society. They're going off their rockers. They don't know the time they're living in. It's equivalent to a man that's in summer apparel going to wearing summer apparel going to Antarctica. You call that a fool, an imbecile. All right? We living in a time of great death. You should be preparing yourself for war. That's why our great king said, look, the beloved brother Solomon, great king, same thing. He said, learn the parable of the ant, ye sluggard. All right? What did the ant do? It prepared itself for the hard winter in the summer and spring months, man. I bring out that analogy damn near every sit down, man. That's what we're supposed to be doing right now. Preparing for this evil, this overcoming scourge that's about to afflict the whole planet Earth. You can't run from it. You can't dodge it. You can't hide from it. All of humanity is going to face it face to face. Because the Most High is pronouncing judgment on the planet Earth and the peoples of the earth, man. And you can't get away from it, no matter who you are. All right? Let me go back to Ezekiel 21. No one is exempt. You're going to be judged whether your deeds are righteous or your deeds are wicked. Okay? Where was I? Verse 12. Cry and howl. Our Heavenly Father say, cry and howl. No. Salaki. I ain't go to 11. All right. Verse 11. And he have given it to be furbished. Talking about that sword. All right. Which is going to bring great evil to the planet Earth. All right. That it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. And that's the Most High's Grim Reapers. They're the slayers. It's these wicked evil spirits that he's gonna put on all of humanity. You got more spirits and heavenly hosts than you do have human beings on the earth. The Most High gonna let these foul spirits that was like you remember when he healed that guy, and the guy say, I am legion, for we are many. All those imps and demons gonna descend on humanity and overtake people, and people gonna be like zombies. All right, that's part of that sword. Just killing each other, spoiling each other, devouring each other, just zombified. Okay. Cry and howl, son of man. All right. For it shall be upon my people. See, the Most High is going to judge his people first. All right. The heathen is getting judged for how they dealt with the elect, but his people is getting judged for how they committed adultery and high treason against their power. Okay. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people, and smite therefore upon the thigh, because it is a trial. And what if the sword contemneth the rod? It shall be no more. See, it's a trial. This is judgment. We're sitting at the judgment seat of Yahweh Shem Shai. When that evil come upon you, all right, you've been judged if you don't have that mark of exemption. It's a billion ways, man. The Most High is very, very creative. There's plenty of ways to die. Ain't just no sword famine. Women gonna get raped to death. All right? You might have people that have anxiety attacks. They might see operations and just pass out and die. It's gonna be plenty of ways. When say what it is in the book of Amos, you flee a lion and run into a bear. You escape the jaws of death and run into another jaws of death. Okay? Billions of people gonna die. All right? Those spirits that Yahweh Shema created for vengeance to appease his wrath, man, they're gonna get their work in these last days. All right, they're gonna enjoy it because they want to do it. They're gonna have fun doing it because they're appeasing the wrath of him that created them. That's what they're created for. The demons and the imps and the angels are gonna have fun slaying society. They're gonna have fun killing the multitudes because they don't reject Yahweh Shema Shai's commandment. They obey him, okay? Like we are supposed to. And when he say go out and sword slaughter, they're going to come down here like if you ever seen somebody that have trained a pit bull, all right, I've seen dudes that train pit bulls and all they got to do is snap their finger and that pit bull going a lot and catch whatever he tell him to go get. He's like, I done seen dudes say, get him, boy. Get him, boy. And all that pit bull do is just go for whoever he tell his attack, and it don't cut, do not stop the onslaught. That's what those demons are going to do in these coming days. Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be like, get them. Go ahead. This is the appointed time. And they're going to come wreak havoc. Okay? Thou therefore, son of man, prophesy and smite the hands together. Be animated. That's what we're doing. We're prophesying. Okay? We letting you know what's going to happen before it happens. We be smiting our hands, everything. All right? And let the sword be doubled the third time. The sword of the slain. All right? Because the third of man is going to be destroyed. All right? Society says, according to the numbers, the census for the humans on the planet is 7 billion people. So you get a third of 7 billion people, man, that's 2-something billion. Okay? The sword of the slain. It is the sword of the great men that are slain, which entered into their privy chambers. See, in that day, it don't matter what kind of skills you have, how strong you are, how fast you are. Okay? The only thing that matters is the Most High with you or against you. All right? It don't matter how much money you got. When the Most High send those demons and imps to sin on the planet, if you don't have that marking exemption, it don't matter how much money you have, you think you can go in a bunker, all right? You think you can go out in the wilderness and hide. None of that shit is going to profit you in the day of the Lord's wrath. You don't have that market exemption, all right? You don't have this knowledge living according to the scriptures, and the Most High has sealed you. You're out of here. If the pestilence, the famine, the sword, all hell don't kill you, the missiles will. It's the cleanup crew. Okay? I have set the point of the sword against all thy gates. There's no way you can escape. Any way you think you can escape, there's no way you can escape. He say he had a sword pointed at all the gates. You barricaded in. All right? They that their heart may faint. It ain't gonna be no brave people in the last days. All these gunslingers and stick-up kids and dudes say they're not scared of nothing. Isaiah the 19th chapter say that they're gonna be as women. People of Egypt are gonna be as women. Okay? And their ruins may be multiplied. They got an exclamation point. Most High, hey boy, the Most High getting animated. It is made bright. It is wrapped up for the slaughter. Go thou one way or the other, either on the right hand or on the left, whathersoever the face is set. You can't escape this onslaught. That's why when people come against us, we're going to have the last laugh, according to Proverbs, the 1st chapter. Lord willing, we're in that righteous number. Lord willing, we're sealed. We're going to have the last laugh. All right? Because this scripture can't be broken. It has to be fulfilled. Okay? There's no escape. I will also smite my hand together, and I will cause my fury to rest. I, Yahweh, have said it, and he's going to do it. All right? Let me go to the book of Lamentations. Things written aforetime was written for our learning. All right? This is what happened when the Babylonians besieged Jerusalem ancient time past. The same thing is going to happen again. Okay? There's nothing new under the sun. All right? Everything's a rerun. It just gets worse and worse. Every time the Most High bring that hell on Israel, all right, it'd be worse than the first time. It'd be worse than the previous time. This time, according to Daniel the 12th chapter, this is going to be the worst time since Israel been a nation. The onslaught that's about to hit our people. All right, the evil that's about to overtake our people. 2/3 of it. All right. Lamentation 4:10. The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. Sodden their own children mean they barbecued them, man. They put them in pots of water and season their ass and put this has happened in our history. The last time we were overtaken by our enemies. I mean, when we were taking out our enemies, when King Nebuchadnezzar besieged Jerusalem. Okay? Women resorted to cannibalism. All right? When the king of Assyria besieged Jerusalem, the two women had the issue that they was one had they ate one of their children, and the other woman hid her child, and the woman was mad. Second, I'm gonna get it. 2 Kings, the 6th chapter. So cannibalism happens every time the Most High send that evil on us. They eat their own flesh. Okay. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. You know what? I got a fire precept. This Deuteronomy 28 and 52. So this was the Most High making good on Deuteronomy 28. This Deuteronomy 28 and 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, your neighborhoods, wherever you dwell in Babylon. Those are your gates, okay? Because when martial law is instituted and this devil come in and he barricades cities off, where you can't go from one city to the next, you're barricaded within your gates, okay? Until the high and fenced walls come down. When you see MRAPs, tanks coming down your fucking city streets, your city walls have come down, okay? When which thou trustest, thou also throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout thy land, which Yahweh have given thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body. Thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body. All these women and niggas that be posting on social media, I work my fingers to the bone for the kids. I do it for my children. They're going to eat them kids because their love is not biblical love. All right? They don't know the true meaning of love. All right? They don't love according to the commandments. They love according to emotions and how they feel at the time. Okay? When all hell break loose, what the scripture say? The love of many shall wax cold. That love that they have for that child's gonna start looking like a cheeseburger to that bitch when she get hungry. That evil bitch that had this guy and that guy on child support. All right, and called the cops on all these people, on her on the men of her nation, so he could come subdue them in their own houses. All right, they're gonna eat them children because it's written. Okay, and they shall eat the fruit of their own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which Yahweh have given thee in the siege. All right, and we're about to be besieged by this great red dragon who have but a short, and he's doing it because he knows he has a short time to rule. Okay, all right, and in the straightness wherein the enemy shall distress thee, and that's these last days we're in, this final hour. All right, so you're gonna have a lot of people killing their children and eating their children. Okay, like we did with Nebuchadnezzar, and hey, we're under Nebuchadnezzar spiritually right now. We're in modern day Babylon. Okay. Verse 11, back over in Lamentations 4 and 11. Yahweh have accomplished his fury. He have poured out his fierce anger and have kindled the fire in Zion. See, the Most High is sending this hit. It ain't the devil. It ain't the demons. The Most High is sending this hit. Christianity is going to tell you the devil is doing it. No, the Most High is sending this hit. Okay? He's a terror bar. He's the king of terrors. Okay? And it have devoured the foundations thereof. The kings of the earth and all the inhabitants of the world will not believe that the adversary and the enemy shall have entered the gates of Jerusalem. All right, and that's already happened. Jerusalem has been spoiled. All right, but all of these, when it says the earth and all the inhabitants of the world, they're going to be getting toppled during Jacob's trouble too. Okay, and you can see the genesis of that now. It's just uproars throughout the earth in other countries. All right, so Jacob's trouble is for them too. All right, that's when they're going to lose their power, the strongholds that they have. Okay, for the sins of her prophets and of the iniquities of the priests, that they have shed the blood of the just in the midst of her. And the way you shed the blood of the just in the midst of her is when you teach lies. When you teach your children the philosophies of this society, you're killing them. When your son grow up and he say he want to make some of himself and he want to enter the Marine Corps, you fail. All right, you've killed him. Even if he don't go across there and get killed and he come back from war, the philosophy, his mindset, he's dead. All right, if he's not hastening in the spirit of hastening the day, and our great King coming back to deliver us, and he knows he's just a slave subject to payments. But if they're, when you hear people in the mindset of going to college 10 years, sending your children to college 10 years from now, getting a good job, getting a 401k, all right, those people are dead. All right, those people are dead. All right, and the parents that brought them up killed them. All right. Verse 14, they have wandered as blind men in the streets, all right? And they have polluted themselves with blood so that men could not touch their garments. And they don't have to be blind. You got prophets everywhere. You got prophets teaching the truth of the scriptures in wherever city you might dwell, all right? You go to New Orleans, Chicago, LA, Miami, all right? And if you don't stay in those cities, you probably an hour away, all right? Me and my elder brother down here, man, we drove an hour away to camp for 8 years, man, straight. Okay? So even if you got to drive 2 hours, the prophets are out here. You don't have to be blind. All right? Like our great king told Paul to go to Ananias so Ananias could pray over him and the scales could fall off his eyes. You go to these prophets, these men of the Lord, preferably the men of great millstone who have this doctrine of life, and get these scales taken off your eyes and ears unplugged from you. All right? So you can get this truth. And you don't have to be led by the blind into a fucking ditch. All right? Verse 15, they cried unto them, depart ye, it is unclean, depart, depart, touch not. When they fled away and wandered, they said among the heathen, they shall not sojourn there. All right? The anger of Yahweh have divided them, and he will not more regard them. Let's talk about the heads of our people, man. They don't know if they're going or coming. All right? The deceiver is. They've been deceived, and then turn they go deceive us. All right? Those that, when I say us, all right, what we were taught before we came to the truth. We were deceived from birth. We were taught lies from birth. Okay? They respected not the persons of the priests. They favored not the elders. All right? As for us, our eyes as yet fell for our vain help. And watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. All right? And no nation has come to our to the aid of our people. All right, all of them are Confederate. All of them kicked up that dust, that tumult, and were Confederate to wipe us away from for being a nation. Okay, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets, and our end is near, and our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. All right, the Most High is using the nation of Edom as the whipping stick. The deceiver is his. So let's see what's ultimately going to happen to the nation of Edom, because they're the one in the power seat. They're the one the Most High is using to bring this onslaught onto the planet Earth. All right? The breath of the nostrils, the anointed of Yahweh, was taken in their pits, and their pits is the system we're living in. Okay? Of whom we said, under his shadow, we live among the heathen. We're among the heathen. We're in their pit. We're in their system. Okay? We're calling on Yahweh Shai to deliver us out of this pit, man. All right? Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwell in the land of Uz. All right? Most High giving you balance. All right? Because the Babylonians, when you read the book of Lamentation, the Babylonians are the ones that took us down. But guess what? Edom was there aiding them. All right? I'm going to prove it through the scriptures. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwell in the land of Uz. The cup shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall be make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more be carried away into captivity. That's talking about the elect. He will visit the iniquity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom, and he will discover thy sins. And they too are going to get judged during Jacob's trouble, because it's for them. At the end of Jacob's trouble, they're going to be out the power seat. But I'm going to show the book of Lamentations, we were taken down by the Babylonians. All right? So why is Edom always bought up? Why they always bought up? Why they always bought up? This is our first Ezra 4. Where's that precept? Here we go. This first Ezra 4 and 45. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple, which the Edomites burnt when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans. So Nebuchadnezzar didn't even burn down the temple when they came and took us down. The Edomites burnt that bitch down. That's why when you read Isaiah, Psalms 137, they said, race it, destroy it to the foundation thereof. Okay? So the Most High is using them to bring all this evil, all this calamity and atrocities down on the people. But at the end, guess what? The deceiver is going to be judged and taken out of power seat too. All right? And how is the deceiver his? They made this fucking nuclear missile. They split that atom. And guess what? That's going to be their demise. Robert Oppenheimer split that atom, and they made that glittering spear, and that's what's going to be used to take them down. So they deceived themselves. So with that, how about Shema Shai willing to sit down and edify to the hearers? Shalom to you brothers on the comment board, or Habatah. I'm going to give double infinite honor, Salaki, to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hirakakadash. Double honors to our teachers, apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yasharala, Bob, endure to the end.